Peter. All right. All right. So let me welcome everybody once again, and we want to make sure we are able to catch up with time. It's almost 8:20, so a lot of people are coming in a bit late. So let's roll through, and that will help. So once again, I want to welcome everybody. My name is Dr. Joseph Peters, and I'll be presiding over tonight's training section. I'm working on a book called Everyone an Entrepreneur. The whole focus of that book is to see how we can encourage people to start embracing becoming small business owners. We all know what is happening in Nigeria as of this moment. And if you cannot financially stabilize yourself in a challenging economy, it's going to be a very, very tough situation. So my focus tonight is much towards giving you reasons why you should go out of your way to embrace side businesses, to embrace becoming an entrepreneur, to make yourself a small business owners. Even if you are working somewhere, you're earning salaries is not going to do everything. So tonight, one of the write-ups inside the main book, I think, sorry, there's an error here yes. One of the chapters in the main book, which is called Achieving Financial Stability in a Challenging Economy, is what we'll be treating tonight. So I just brought in a few extracts from that book. It's still a big book, and we're still working on it, and it will be out, and I think in the next 2-3 months. Is what we're going to be treating tonight. So how to achieve financial stability in a very challenging economy. We know the way the economy in Nigeria is. So once again, I want to welcome everybody. And so let's dive into why other people join us. Once again, my name is Joseph Peters. So let me start by saying the cost of living is rising every day. We all know that. We don't need an oracle to tell us otherwise. We don't need a machine or a robot. You don't need somebody to give you a knock on your head to know that economic situation in Nigeria is getting tougher. Even though they said they reduce petroleum price, that will not change majority of the goods and commodities we are buying in the market. We all know that. When things goes up, a lot of people don't want to bring it down. So salaries are not increasing at the same rate as inflation is increasing. Not so many companies will increase your salary for you as a salary earner. You understand? So, but as a side business, what it does, it provides an extra source of income for you. So when you have something going on by the side, you make extra income. No matter how much you are even collecting as salary, you are going to be limiting your life based on what you are earning. Because in this life we are, more money, more problem. So the more money you make, the more you find out that it's not going to be enough. Even let them pay you 1 million per month. You only enjoy that 1 million per month only for the first month. It is only the first month they increase your salary, you enjoy it. From the next month, a lot of responsibility will keep coming. A lot of people will ask you for money. Family, friends, loved ones, cousin, auntie, nephews, brothers, younger brother, elder sister, aunt, everywhere. When you are working, I remember then when I was working, I was doing a small business, and I said, let me go look for a job. And all my mates that time, that's a long time, I think 2000, and it's about 21 years ago. Yeah, about 21 years ago. So all my mates, I think their salary was the range of 12,000, 15,000. In fact, the job I did before I stopped, my salary there was 7,000. So I said, let me just do something by the side. And the man told me, oh, they are looking for somebody in this kind of company. If I'm interested, I said, yeah, I'm interested. They said, no. So I just said I should ask the man, how much is the range of salary? The man said, it's a big job, but I don't have the qualification. But because I have the skills, they might employ me. I said, okay. Say, how much is it? He said, about 120,000. I said, 120,000. I said, oh, wow. I started dreaming in my brain. Even before I went for the interview, I started dreaming what I can achieve with 20,000. At that time, I was dreaming that I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to buy an aeroplane. I was dreaming 21 years ago, 22 years ago. I was dreaming I'm going to buy an aeroplane. By the time I did the interview, they said I don't have the qualification, but I have the skills. So they're not going to start with 120,000 with me. They're going to start with 70,000. Even that 70,000 was still a lot of money because I know what the range of what my friends were earning. It wasn't up to 20,000, it was less than 15,000 that time. So, but because I didn't have the qualification, I was supposed to have a master degree. At that time, I'm supposed to have a master degree in graphic design and production. But I only know the graphic design and production. I didn't have the qualification. I only have my BS, my HND that time. So the man said, okay, they will start with 70,000. That within 6 months, if they see my productivity, they will increase to 120. That 70 was the first month I earned the money. It was like I hit jackpot of 10 million. By the time I collected 70 for the first month, by the next month, bill don't increase. Responsibility don't increase. All the things I want to do in my life, all kind of idea, I don't enter my brain. I'll buy shoe, I'll buy home theater, I'll buy a big television at home, I'll buy this, I'll rent my own house, I'll rent 2-bedroom flats. Everything was coming. I say, when you say you want to rent 2-bedroom flat, you're earning 70,000. You buy this, you buy that. Just every month you are collecting the salary. The thing when you collect the salary don't increase. Within 6 months, transportation increase. So the 70,000 is not even up to 70,000 anymore. By the time before you collect the 70,000, all the base where you chop they wait for you on ground. So there's nothing bad about salary. It's just that one of the things salary will do is that it keeps you in a trap thinking that all is well. But by the time you collect it, you find out that you have even finished spending it before you collect it. So this presentation tonight will only show you why and how you should start a side hustle, and why you should start a side hustle that will pay you better. There are different kinds of side hustle you can do. Some of us are already into some of them. But tonight you'll see the reason why you have to intensify your effort in doing a side business. So once again, I want to welcome you tonight. We're not going to spend it all the time. Maybe in the next 25 minutes, we should be done with this particular slide. So what is the economic situation in Nigeria now? The reality, I don't need to tell you. We all know the reality. High inflation rate makes goods and services very expensive. All of us, you know how it is. When you go to the market, they tell you now, the fish you bought 2 days ago, last week, has already carried increase from 800 to 1,002, from 1,002 to 1,005. So last week you buy it. Last week said you don't take. You could have bought it early in the morning, or you should have asked for the price in the morning and come back in the afternoon or evening. They tell you, while you are standing there, they can tell you the price has changed. So inflation is not what you can control. Even the government, it's hard for them to control inflation. Inflation happens naturally through some bad financial policies in the country. And then except there is instability, maybe there's riot, there's war, inflation will happen. But if there's no riots, everywhere is peaceful, that doesn't mean there won't be inflation. Everywhere can be peaceful, but when the government make bad decisions in their financial policies and what we are depending on, like crude oil, cannot be stabilized, then there'll be inflation. Most of us who are young adults, some of us who are older adults, we know what the currency was in the 80s, in the 90s, now in the 20s. We're now in the 2022s. 2020s. So there was a time as at 1981, 1975, 1977, when Naira was even stronger than a pound. So if you have 1 Naira, you can get 2 pounds. That means you can have 2 pounds. But today, 1 pound is almost 1,800 or 2,000 Naira. You can see the change. So you need more Naira to get 1 pound to compete in the international market. Inflation, that's what it does. It stabilizes people. So when you are collecting salary, if the salary is not increasing at the rate of the inflation, there's a problem. Another reality in Nigeria is unstable job market with frequent layoff. A lot of people are losing their job by the day. Most people lose their job, they lose their mind. When people lose their job, the family is in jeopardy. Rising cost of food, transportation, and rent. I talked about this last week. Rising cost of food, transportation, and rent you can't stop it. You will just be complaining. So having one source of income is the worst risk of your life. Is the worst risk of your life. And I have to be honest with you here. Unfortunately, as Nigerians or Africans, we are not always honest with ourselves. Even when in the face of reality, we are not honest with ourselves. You yourself, you are not even telling yourself the truth. When you are seeing things like this, things are changing in Nigeria, and you are not sitting down to think like the prodigal son. You know what the prodigal son did? After he has lavished all the money the father gave him, the Bible said he came to his senses. Some of us, you need to come to your senses in 2025. Some of the games and play you are playing around, you are thinking all is well. You are marked your destiny depending on APC, depending on Tinubu, depending on Nigeria. Nigeria will fail you, Yakata. You'll be shocked. Since I grew up in my life, and that's why I keep struggling, I keep making things happen for my life. I've never had one reason, one day to depend on anything, anybody, any human, any nation, anything. I depend on nothing. I depend only on my own personal effort and God's blessings. What I can't put in, I don't expect anything to come from there. And that's the problem with most of us. We don't tell ourselves the truth. We believe that once Tinubu get there, all your problem will disappear overnight. The same way they did for Buhari, when he get there, everything will disappear. And I told people, you are all jokers. So having one source of income, we have taught these times and times, multiple streams of income. This is another angle of treating the same subject. Having one source of income is a worst risk ever in your life. In fact, it's worse than you jumping inside the ocean and committing suicide. It's worse. Because if you're depending on one source of income and there's a problem with that source of income, you are going to be frustrated. The prodigal son discovered that all the money has finished. And he has been begging, he's been eating with pig food, he's been eating pig food. I said, I can't continue like that. So he came to his senses and said, it's better I go and become a servant in my father's house than to continue eating with the pigs. Some of us in 2025, we need to come to our senses. You need to realize that all those places you are putting your mind, you think all will be well. Manna will fall from heaven. You had better wake up. Manna won't fall from nowhere. You have to work hard. You have to get things ready for yourself, for your future, for your family, for your children. What a side hustle will do, will give you some high level of financial security. And I've told you people this. Everything I teach is what I do. I'm not the person that say, follow what I say, not what I do. I teach. A side hustle will help you stabilize you against inflation. There are so many things that can help you against inflation, but the cheapest, easiest one you can handle, you yourself can handle, is a small side hustle for yourself. When you do that, you're on your pathway to surviving in a very harsh economic reality in Nigeria. You don't need to be wired for business to do it. It's just a skill you can learn. The same way you are hearing my voice tonight, the same way you went to primary school, the same way you went to secondary school, or the same way you go and learn tailoring or learn whatever you learn. You can learn entrepreneurship. You can learn small businesses. You can learn how to start. You can learn how to succeed. Nobody brought it from heaven. Even genius, they have to practice before they become perfect. Buying and selling, doing business, doing network marketing, setting up your own business activity. I have not done anything times two ever in my life. I keep doing something new. So when I'm doing something new, that tells you I've not had the experience before. But on that same job or that same task I'm doing, I'm learning and I'm doing it. So you can learn while you're doing it. You don't have to be perfect to start. Because the reality in it, please, if you don't do it, then you're done for. What are the benefits of starting a side business? Apart from it's going to help you bring additional income to support your daily expenses. You know that when you're waiting on salary, you always have expenses before the month is over. Even though your salary is 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, they will always be expensive. I remember there was a friend of mine who was working in Oceanic Bank that time. That time, you remember Oceanic Bank? He was already earning 500,000 that time. And he told me that this 500,000, the way I see it, you think is a lot of money, but if he tells me how his monthly expenses run, the 500,000 was not enough. 500,000 during Oceanic Bank. You remember that was a long time ago, almost like 15, 20 years ago. That time, I think I just stopped my job when I was earning that 70,000. And he said, my friend said was earning 50. I said, because he was a BM, he was a branch manager in Oceanic Bank that time, was earning 500,000. He said, my brother, 500,000 is not enough. But you want to go to, what's it called? Management meeting at Victoria Island. You have to buy quality shoes to sit down with other BMs and all that. Say his shoes was 5,000 naira. That time, not how much they're selling shoes now. Me, I'll go and buy Okrika with my 70,000 naira salary. Just buy a shoe of 1,800 naira or 500 naira shoe. He said, you have to buy quality shoe, imported shoe. He said the expenses around the 500,000. He's living in a 3-bedroom apartment with a family, and you have to spend money. You have to pay for this. So what you are spending on daily expenses and monthly expenses, the small business by the side can actually survive to sustain it. Financial security and independence. What it does is that if you are doing something by the side, a little money is coming. It will help you to be independent of your salary. By the time you collect, one of the times I even collect the salary and go and buy land. I remember the land I bought at Songo after Winners. I bought that land for 40,000. Apparently, that was the first land I ever bought. Before I bought the land, I had already subscribed to Pastor Olumide Emmanuel's land. Then I think he has some land in Korodu. Korodu has not become like this that time. And they were selling land for 120,000. I think he just bought a huge piece of land and said, people come and buy Korodu 120,000. And I said, oh, if I do salary job of 3 months, I will pay. I will buy that land. So I went and signed up. I collected the form, I signed up, and I put a deposit of 20,000. By the time I collect my salary the next month, I found the month salary was not enough. My plan was to pay 20,000 for 6 months so that I can have my own land with the man. So when you are filling the form, you're paying initial deposit, and you have to be paying the 6 months consecutively every month. Unfortunately, by the second month, the wahala will cover my neck with expenses, transportation. I could not carve out 20,000 because if I remove 20,000 to pay for that next month, I won't eat for the next month. So I skipped 1 month. I was waiting that the third month I'll be able to carve out 20,000 to go and pay. The way things were going, I can't even remember. I think I had a small accident on my Okada. I used to drive Okada at that time. I had a bike, private bike, not for commercial, just my, because I was working at the Papa Wharf and we have a branch I think at the Deco area. So I would go to the island, I'll go to Papa, I'll head back to Lagos. So I was always on my bike. I had an accident that took a lot of, so I couldn't work for some time. I affected my salary. For the third month, I couldn't pay that 20,000. They wrote me a letter that if I don't pay the arrears with interest, they're going to remove my name from those who owns the land. So as I was recovering from that accident, I was trying to resume work back. A friend of mine now told me about a land in Songo. Say, oh boy, there's this land there, was 30,000, 35,000. By the time I was able to work for fourth month to raise money, they have increased the land to 40,000. So my friend said, oh boy, instead of putting yourself in a say 20,000 every month, and now you have already owing 2 months arrears, why not come and buy this one? It's just outright. It's 35. It's inside the bush. So over the years, it will appreciate. Just come and buy it. So we met at Maryland. He took me to the land after winners. And then I bought the land 40,000. I bought 2 plots. So, but I didn't pay for the 2 plots. I think I carried 70,000. It was my salary for that month. I carried 70,000. I deposited 70,000. I said, I'm booking for 2 months. So I wrote a letter to person. I said, sir, I'm sorry, I don't think I want to continue. So they just refund my 20,000. They refunded my 20,000. I carried 20,000 balance up. That's how I bought the 2 plots in Songo. And those 2 plots were there. After a year plus, there's a personal friend who also bought a plot of land beside me, the same price. After a year plus, I think a year or 2 years, the guy said he's not interested, he want to relocate. If I was interested in that one place, I said, yes, I'm interested. So he sold that same one plot. We both bought for 44,000. He sold it for me for 150,000. So I bought it, I collected the documents. So I have 3 plots there till today. Those plots, for now, you can't buy them for 4 million. So that's why I said salary is not a bad thing, but you see, when you have side hustle, you can meet up your obligation for the month. You can meet up your obligation for the month. It gives you opportunity to turn your passion into profit. That's things some people are doing, like those who are doing cake, those who are doing cooking. If you know how to cook food, real food at home, you can actually cook and be making money. Most of this, in those days, we think we need everything to start a business. By the time you are done with me tonight, you'll find out that you don't even need anything. Some people think they need 1 million, they need 300,000 to start a business. You don't need anything. What you have already now, if you start yourself, is more than enough to start. A small business is a backup plan in case you lose your job. Yes, you are not the owner of the job. They can come in there one day and say, get out. And then if you have a small business, it can grow into a big business in the future. It can go into a big business. There are people who started small business by the side that they were working. When they stop the job, they focus on the business, and now they have big income conglomerates. It's possible. So it's a mindset. It's a mindset. You need to start seeing it that it's not a hard thing. When you invite people to come and join our business, to come and join network marketing, to come and join Greenfield, they see it as something so hard for them to do. They think like, I don't know. I'm busy. I have work. I have to resume work. By the time they come back, I'm tired. It's not because you are tired. It's because your mindset is tired. As a man thinketh in his heart, so easy. There are times I'm tired, but in my brain, when I'm charged up in my brain, my body will have to follow it. So you have to let your brain control you, not your body to control you. You want to be successful in life. Those whose body control them don't go anywhere in life. I was sharing something with you sometimes, I think last year or January. I told you that Dangote is going to be, I just read it yesterday. And yes, on January 2nd, when we did the conference, I was sharing with you how Dangote became the richest man in Africa. And I was saying it that day that Dangote, I won't be surprised that after this refinery, is going to be one of the richest men in the world. He's also the richest man in the world, but now his name just hits one of the 100 people in the world. He became $13 billion richer after the refinery. And I was sharing a story with you guys that this same guy started a small business. Yes, maybe somebody borrowed him money that time in 1976, but he was working with his brain, not his body. He was working with his brain, not his body. There were other people who started business that year. They are nowhere to be found today. His own story can tell. So I came back from work. I am tired. So let me procrastinate it tomorrow. I am tired. I came in too late. I don't want to attend seminar because I'm tired. It's your body that is pushing you, that is controlling you. People like Dangote will not let his body control you. Even when he's tired, he will sit up late at night. He will call this person. He will call that person. He will connect with that person. He will tell this what we want to do next. What made Dangote the richest in Africa was after he created the cement factory. He was already doing trading business, rice, all those kind of things. He was already a rich man. Yes. They recognize that one of the richest in Nigeria, not in Africa. But the day he said he want to go, that was 2009, 2007, 2008, 2009. He said he want to go into cement factory. And he didn't have the money. He just plunged into it. He started scratching everywhere, talking to people, bringing clients, bringing investors, talking to banks. They borrowed him the money. He was in Igbese. But the money came. By the time he finished it, he was arrested in 2010, 2011, 2012. He was rated one of the richest in Africa. He became the richest in Africa. So let me tell you something. When you're running a business, small business, and you're giving yourself targets, that is the next thing. If you have been doing business inside your room, and the next thing, I want to rent a shop, you work hard on it. And by the time you rent the shop, say, no, I want to have a big store now. Every year is a new thing to be done. It's not as hard as you think. It's your brain that is telling you that it's hard. You need to change your mindset. If you have the right mindset, anything is achievable in the world. As I'm speaking to you, we already said on Sunday, was it last week, Wednesday, when we had the seminar? I told everybody by December, first, second week in December, we're going to launch the factory. Up till now, as I'm speaking to you, or even as the last week I'm telling you, we still have a long way in the factory. What we have to be done there is still hundreds of millions that we don't have as I'm speaking. Today, I had 2 hours meeting with somebody in US, talking to them about the factory, how we can find investors. So I'm not resting, my brain is not sleeping. Even when I'm tired, I keep pushing. It is only when people come there, that day they are smiling with you, they'll be clapping. You could be broke as hell. You could be tired as hell. But they say, before Zion travail, he gave birth a man child. When you are pushing to give birth to a child, when a woman is pregnant, 9 months, it's painful. By the time that child drops like this, pop, the woman will start laughing and smiling. A beautiful thing has been born. And now she knows she has value for the pain for 9 months. I saw in the news yesterday that Dangote is now one of the 100 richest people on planet Earth. His name has entered 100. Before, it was just richest in Africa. After he did the cement factory. Now he has done the refinery. His name has entered there. And the man is not up to 70 years old yet. I don't know how old you are. Don't think it's too late. Except you think it is too late. So your mindset is what tells you that it's too late. Start small. Grow gradually. See, the problem we have is that we think Rome was built in a day. Or it just fell from heaven. It was built little by little. A drop of water makes an ocean. You have to start with the little thing you have. And I keep telling every of our members, don't see that Greenfield will just come from the blues and bow. If you are not ready to grow with us, if you are not ready to build with us, then you don't watch our vision. The same thing I teach you to do in your own personal life is what we are doing in Greenfield. In your own personal life, you have to see yourself as a great person in the making. You have to see your business as a big business in the making. You have to work hard, grow that little thing. And that's what we are also doing. And we're looking for like minds of people that will join us to do the same thing. It is possible. That's one thing I know. You focus on what you can do and not what you lack. If I'm looking at what we don't have, we won't even get to where we are today. You have to focus on what you can do. If you're looking for, you want to start a cooking business, let's say food business, say I don't have a pot. I don't have a stove. Let me share this story with you. When I bought my first computer in 1999, there was no laptop that time. The biggest computer you can ever see was Pentium 1. Pentium 133 or Pentium 233. The old computers. The screen was so big like this. It looked like gigantic television. I bought it buying little things. I was working, my salary was 7,000. And out of the 7,000, I'll buy one thing every month. I'll call my Oga, help me to buy mouse. This is money for mouse. How much is mouse that time? 800 naira. I'll buy a mouse. Or 1,000 naira. I'll buy casing. I bought casing for 2,005. Out of my monthly salary, that's what I can afford to buy that month. Another month I'll work on less salary. I'll be buying my tools. By the time I bought everything within 9 months, I already bought a full computer. They bought the motherboard separately. They bought the mouse. They were buying they used to clone it. They used to clone computer those times. So 9 months I was buying all my tools because I was having in mind that I cannot be doing this salary job forever. So I was buying my tools little by little. Focus on what you can do. For now, I'm a salary earner. What do I lack? Don't focus on that. What can I do with this, my paycheck, my salary? This is the vision I have. This is the business I want to do, but I don't have the money. So let me buy this one. Let me buy that one. Just buy it, be saving it. Then start with the little you have, with what you have. When I bought that computer, I didn't buy a generator. I didn't have money for it. I didn't buy printer. I didn't have money for it. I didn't buy scanner. I didn't have money for it. I only bought that computer and the screen. And I resigned my job. I went and started. I didn't have money to rent a shop. So my room, where I was living that time, in a face me and punch you, I converted my room into a shop. Inside that one room, people were looking for me, finding me there. I was doing my computer graphic design for them. Inside that one. In fact, I even started a school, computer school, that we got people, students, young people that are coming to there to train, and we're training them. So every successful entrepreneur started somewhere. You don't have to rent a big shop to start. Because you see, when you rent a big shop, what are you going to put in that shop? You still have to be looking for money to, when you look for money to rent the shop finish. You say something like, I need money, I need to start a business. Say, what do you want to do? I want to rent a shop. The first thing when you say you want to rent a shop, most people like that talk like that, man, you must see money. I just say this one is not serious. Because when you rent the shop, you're still not looking for money to buy the things you put in the shop. But the little money you have now, why not just start buying that thing you want to sell first? Buy it, sell it without a shop. You can bring it home. Get on social media, copy. I'm selling this thing. Say, oh, how much is so? Go and give it to them. So you don't have a shop, but you're already doing buying and selling. You are selling to people, but you don't have a shop. By the time the volume of what you are buying and selling has increased, they cannot thinking of renting a shop. So what I did was I used my room. I removed my table, chair, everything. The only thing that was left there was my mattress. In fact, I remember the first woman that brought her daughter. As at that time, I've not bought like a plywood. I bought plywood. I divided the room into two. So I cut my room to the other side. And once you open the door, it is my computer you see on the table. The table I ever used to put the computer was my old table, my father's table. Old kind of table. It was from my dad. I put the computer there. You open the door, you see the computer. Then this other side, I partitioned it. That's where I sleep in the night. So when people come, once it's 5, 6 o'clock, everybody go, I'll leave the room open. So that breeze and ventilation, because the whole place will be hot. We've been on the computer all day. You know those kind of old kind of computer that everywhere is so hot. This vibrating heat. The room will be so hot. By 5, 6, 7, I will leave the room open so that breeze and ventilation can come in. When everybody is gone, I'll enter my room and go and sleep, my corner and go and sleep. But before I did the partition, 2 customers came. They brought their daughter. My mattress was on the floor. You know, that time now, I used to be, very popular in the community as a pastor. And I had a brother that was living with me then from Yabatek. So this woman came in with the daughter and said, and why? Because the computer only been in. When they were even describing the place to the woman, because I did a flyer and go and share flyer outside that I'm doing computer training. The woman came into the compound and they told her, hello, sir, long here, down there. Or today, Sale, and they will keep like go down, turn right, turn left. And the man was like, why is when they are doing computer training, those are the Korodobai inside corner. Anyway, she come on courage and got to us and go knock on the door. We open the door and they say, well, lads, this is where we're doing computer. Only computer on the table, there was computer on the table. But then on the floor beside was my mattress. And the woman started calculating. I will bring my daughter to come and do computer here. Yeah, you know, that's what will come in your mind as a mother. How will you not be like sleeping with my daughter on this bed when you are doing computer training? You know, and it was so amazing that I went through that process in my life. I'm so happy when I remember those things. Start small. Start where you are. So when that woman came in, I tried to explain that, no, we just started. We are planning to do the divider here, the partition, the place that I'm just starting small, but I will teach your daughter. I know this job. He said, okay. So that brother that was staying with me too came in and put him out and said, no, this is a trustworthy person, nothing will happen to your daughter and all of that. So the ones gave us the chance of first opportunity and register for the daughter there. And I'm so happy. Those are my memories, my set of students that enjoy those training. Most of them are big women, are married women now. And they work in Shomolu there as computer operator for a long time. Those are all the people I trained. Some of them are already training other people. So start where you are. Anywhere you are is the best place to start. One of the things small business will do is small business ownership is an inflation deterrent. The whole essence of tonight's meeting is what you are looking on your screen right now. A small business you have by the side of your salary is what is called inflation deterrent. What is inflation deterrent? When you collect salary, no matter how much they are paying you, or when you have one business, no matter how much they're coming from that business, every time there's expenses and that money is gone, then you have to start thinking of starting another thing, doing something else with what you're doing. Because inflation keeps going up. And if your income is not meeting up of inflation, then you are going to be in trouble. So what small business will do for you is that you can make money that will support inflation, so that when you are waiting for your salary, whenever the salary comes, you can use salary to do something unique, something different. Like I bought that land, it was from my salary. I was able to do that salary because I had a side business. I had a side also training people computer, doing graphic design, and I still have my salary job. So you have to do something. If you want to survive 2025 in this hardship, they might reduce fuel price, but most market people will not reduce price. Well, let's assume you are selling fish. Let's take as an example, you're selling fish. What you buy is what you sell. If you're a business owner or you are buying and selling, what you buy, what you buy, what you sell. So that means in a month, if you buy fish, let's say you're selling fish, or whatever you're selling, I'm just using fish as an example. If you're selling fish or you're selling bags or you're selling t-shirts, If you buy t-shirt for the whole month, let's say worth of 100,000 naira, if you sell it, maybe your profit is 30,000. You sold everything and you make 30,000. So you made profit of 30,000, right? Okay. The next month, you went back to the market. You find out that the t-shirt I bought last month for 100,000, the thing don't carry cost though. They're not selling for 110,000. When you are selling, are you going to sell for 130? No, you will still sell it. That 10,000 they add, you add your own now. So that means the profit, 30,000 profit you make last month, you can still make the same 30,000 profit this month because it is what you buy, you are going to sell. So your 30,000 will not short. So if you are selling fish, it is what you buy, you sell. But if you are a salary earner, this month, now the same amount they pay you. Next month, the same amount. Even when Agbero increase transportation, it's the same amount of that will still pay you. And that should let your brain open up to tell you that it's high time you began to think of doing something by the side. If you already have one business, and that business, every time your money comes, you spend everything on transportation, and it's not profitable, start thinking of adding another one. Overcoming common challenges. These are the common things people think. I don't have capital. I've said it. Start with what you have. I didn't have money to rent a shop when I started my computer business. I didn't have printer. I didn't have generator. In fact, what I used to do then, when customers come and give me graphic design job, maybe flyers, design this flyer, I tell them they just write everything, give me everything to me. There was no smartphone that time. They get sheet of paper, they write everything down. And sometimes there's no light. So, and that was why up to today, I don't sleep for several hours. Up to now, I don't sleep for several hours. That time, I use one eye to sleep. Once I lie down like this and they bring light in the midnight, I jump on my computer, I started doing their design. And then I will copy that design on zip. Now you guys call it flash. That time used to be diskette. Diskette and zip drive. Zip. We call it zip or diskette that time. Flat diskette. So I'll save everything on diskette because I don't have printer. I don't have generator. So I wasn't crying and waiting, looking for somebody to give me money to buy a generator before I start a business. Everything must be there. No, the main tools I need to start the business was the computer. I bought the computer, I started. Printer, generator, everything will come along. Along the way, I got a shop, I rented, but everything came along the way. You have to start. I don't have time. Use your free time, weekends, and early mornings. The people, you introduce business to them that will change their life, they tell you they don't have time. They just enjoy that slavery salary job. It's good, not a bad thing, but everybody must start from somewhere. So your salary job is a stepping stone. Don't 100% depend on it. And if you depend on it, no problem. You can do the job for the next 50 years. They don't sack you. You retire. But how much they will pay you for retirement money will not be equivalent to the inflation that will be in Nigeria in the next 50 years when you retire. Imagine your retirement is 1 million, 1980. It's a lot of money. If your retirement is 90 million, 1 million in this 2025, it's as good as nothing because by the time you pay house rent, 1 million is over. How much are you going to eat? How much is your money? So you have to create time. You have to think with your brain, not with your body. I don't know how to do business. Learn from others. Learn from, get materials, get mentors. Here in Greenfield, we're helping people, teaching people, supporting people to start businesses. There's too much competition. Yeah. Why focusing on the other person? There are a lot of people who are selling food. When you open your own canteen, people are still buying the food because people will eat. There are a lot of people doing things. So find a niche of things you can do that you know that people are looking for. Start. You have to do it. In Greenfield, we want to support you to grow a business and survive all this rat race and survival of the fittest. If you focus on quality service and market it well, people will patronize you. So how do you start your side hustle? Start today. There's no better time to start. If you have not started, then start today. If you have started one, start thinking of how to increase it. And I've shared my own story with you. All our mentors talk about multiple streams of income. If you have achieved one, don't sit down on that one. Many years ago, when we started iStar Monetary, I think we were in Vagilai office, and there was a woman who came. I think they just deployed her from Abeokuta to Lagos. She came to the seminar. I think she had my voice on the radio and came to the seminar. And I told her about my dad. I just abandoned my school. I just moved from Shagamu to Lagos. We started iStar Monetary. I think that year was 2013 when this seminar I was talking about. So I was telling the story how I started a school with 3 children, and that school has become so big in Shagamu. And in fact, at that time I was talking, we've not even started the Lagos branch. It was after this conversation we started Lagos. So the woman stood up one day, that day in the seminar, I remember vividly. She said, Oga, why will you start a school? I said, I grew the school to close to 70 children before I left. And I abandoned the school. I left it for someone to continue managing it. I didn't even look back at that, give me money or be remitting social amount. I didn't ask for any money. I just left the school, gave the school to somebody else. I go and start something else. And you know why I did that? Because the money that was coming from the school was not sustainable for me. So instead of me wasting my time, in my struggle, pelu school, to survive family me, why? Give it to somebody else, to need passion from. Let me go and do something else that has more passion, that bring more reward for me. That's what I did. That's how we started the cocoa business. So that woman was asking that day that, Oga, me, I'm a teacher. I have worked for 21 years. That she's planning to retire. Her plan is when by the time she retires, she want to have her own school. And she want to just build a school whereby she will just sit down like this. So, like Almighty God, this is my own school. If it might jump for the rest of my life, literally just sit down like this. And I said, that's good. That is your plan. I said, when I started a school with 3 children, I did not have qualification as a teacher. I've never been to education school. The only thing I had when I started was just my HND from Yabatech. That is all I had in business admin. I said, I didn't go to College of Education. I didn't have the expertise as a teacher, and I said, I just started with 3 children. And I grew the school myself with my partner at that time. And we grew it. And I felt like it's not bringing enough income. Let me go start something else that can bring better income. That I can also add value to other people. That's why I said, let me go start. So the journey of everybody is different. It is her vision to start a school and sit down in that school and feel like I am now in my Jerusalem. But for me, I am not yet in my Jerusalem. Maybe one day when I get there, I will know I'm there. But even as I'm now speaking to everybody tonight, I'm not still yet in my Jerusalem. But maybe in the next 2 years, by the time Greenfield become a conglomerate and big, then I will have another idea. You won't believe it. Last year, when Dangote finished, 2 years ago, when he finished the refinery, he's still like breathing, like, oh, I just finished this one. Thank God, I'm still breathing. He went into vehicle. He started producing vehicle. Some of you have heard about it. Now he's producing cars. He's gone into something else. So life is a journey, is a going concern. Don't think you are a tailor or you are a hairdresser and think that is where the world ends. I told that woman, I said, that is your vision, that's your dream. I pray that God help you to fulfill it. But I'm sorry, that's not my dream. When I'm doing a business and I'm already know the in and out of the business making money for me, and I find out that my appetite, inflation, everything is increasing. The money that comes from business is not a lot. I'll move on to something bigger, more bigger. If I don't want to close down the business, I hand over the business to somebody else. So you continue it. Let me go do something more bigger. Because inflation is increasing. And see, I have this lady I consulted for. She started here. She was a hairdresser at a young age. As at the time we met, she has been in the hairdressing business for 15 years. And business has slowed down. He was not asking me, how can she improve the business? I said, madam, when you're supposed to improve the business, you didn't do it. He said, it's too late for you now. I said, why? I said, when you were doing the hairdresser many years ago, you are still younger. A lot of people want to come to you. There are not so many people doing that business in your area. 15 years down the line, you have trained other people. They too have opened shop beside you. So your customer will go to them. Other people too, they train from another place. They move to your area. They're not living there. They open shop. So you start having competitors. So to pay what call business here, more competitors will take the profit. If you are the only person making all the profit, when you open shop, people are sitting down waiting for you. She's the one that must do my hair. She's the one that must do my hair. After 5-10 years, most of these customers will go to another place. Other people will do hair for them, and you start losing them. So the patronage will reduce, and the income you are making will reduce too. And as you are also growing, you start having children. So the little money you are making, that you are the only one spending the money. Now children is, you are married, children are there with you. The money will not be enough. So I used to see into the future that no, I can't sit down this school. That's why I left the school to go and start something bigger. We can't sit down on that one. So don't think you already have one business. You sit down on it. In the next 5 years, dynamics will change. Start thinking forward to start something bigger. Is either you make that same business bigger or you start something bigger. Dynamic will change. How to start? Identify what you are good at and passionate about. Do research the market and find profitable niche. What you can do. Start with small budget, reinvest profit. Don't eat all your profit. I've always said that. Reinvest. That's what we have always done in our business. Use social media, word of mouth to market. You see? Word of mouth to market your business. So the best way is networking, word of mouth. And that's why I'd rather use all my business as a networking than to go and be finding trouble somewhere else. Offer excellent customer service and grow your brand. This one, just start. You don't need somebody to tell you. What are the common business ideas you can do in Nigeria? I just give you examples. Some of them, most of you hearing my voice tonight, you already know them. You're already in them. You see the first one, if you are doing buying and selling, I will encourage you to upgrade to network marketing. And I'll tell you why tonight. And I have some of you who are listening to my voice, some of you are close friends of mine. You buy clothing, you sell those clothing. You buy wristwatch, you sell the wristwatch. You do buying and selling businesses. And you can tell to yourself that if you are not doing a business that is like a network marketing, when you're buying and selling, you are only making what is called one-off profits. In network marketing, you can make multiple profits. Because when you buy a telephone for, let's say you buy a cloth or accessory or whatever you buy, whatever business you are doing currently, you buy it, you sell it, you've only made profit on what you have just bought. Let's say you buy something 10,000, you sell it for 13,000, you have only made 3,000, and you have only made that 3,000 once and for all. You are not different from a barber or a hairdresser who makes once and for all profit. Anybody who is making once and for all profit, you are not different from a salary earner. I repeat, let me say it again. If you are making once and for all profit, you are not different from a salary earner. Salary earner have to work for the whole month, then they give the person salary at the end of the month. A barber, a caterer, a hairdresser, whatever business you are doing, you are also doing once and for all. When you create that thing, you barb somebody's head, they pay you, you have worked hard once and you are paid once. You have only made that profit once. When the person you barb their head, they are going to work the next day. They will not come to your door, to your shop, and just throw money there. I want to thank you because you barbed my hair yesterday. This is another money take. They will not give you. So you are putting effort to make profit once. You put another effort, you make profit once. One of the things that helps you to make profit in multiple places is a network. So you can put one effort and still make profit 2, 3, 4 times. Network marketing is better than just buying and selling. And that's why if you're hearing my voice, you're not a member of Greenfield, try and join. Talk to the person who invited you and be part of this business. It will help you. It will change your destiny forever. Food business, great. Agriculture, fish farming, vegetable, great. These are all kind of businesses you can do as a side also if you're a salary earner. If you're already having one business already, start thinking of how you can actually expand. There's so many business on any business you can do. What are the ways you can raise capital? We've talked about this before, and I'm repeating it again. The best way, most reliable way is to do personal saving. Like I shared my story, when I was working as a salary earner, I was saving money, I was buying my tools little by little, because that's my capital. Not that somebody is working collecting salary. By the time they now lay you off, they sack you. You now start thinking, I want to do a business. You now start, I wish I have money. If I have money now, I'll do a business. When you were working and collecting salary, what were you doing with your money? You are doing a business now, you are eating all the money. If that business crash, you now think of starting another one. You're not looking for capital. When you are making money from the other business, what were you doing with it? The money we are using to invest in Greenfield today were all my work savings also. Savings from both iStar Monetary and my own personal life savings from my job in this place I am. So that's the millions we invested, over 45 million we invested in Greenfield so far. So you have to save. Personal savings will help you. If you are not doing that, start now. A susu, crowdfunding is good. Do a job is good. Borrow money or get a gift from friends and family. That is very, very possible, but it's very, very hard. Not every family and friends and family will give you money to borrow you money now. Nobody's borrowing anybody money in Nigeria. Even me that I'm talking to you, I don't borrow people money. So know very well. So you want to borrow money to do business. So another place you can raise capital that's authentic also is network marketing. Another way, go and sell your pants, sell your shoe. I have done that before. To raise capital to do some businesses in my life, I've sold my shokoto, my pata, I sold them. My shoe, I sold them to get to business. If you believe in your vision so much, you will sell whatever you have to start it. Even as I now, that money we put into Greenfield, I have to sell some things. I have to just sell those things off. I don't think I need to sell it off. Bring the money, let's put into this thing. You can partner, get partnership of business collaborators. So all these aspects are the things I myself am using mostly, except from borrowing money from friends and family, because Kusento in Miami. So I wish I do have somebody that borrow me. I don't. Yeah. And I'm not going to do a susu somewhere where my money will disappear. Except you have control of it. If you want to put money in the landed properties, yes, put money there. Grow it. Put money where it will bring money back for you. What are the key takeaway tonight as we round up? Nigeria economy is tough. Salaries alone are not enough. A side business provides financial stability and growth opportunity for you. At least when you are selling something, it is what you buy, you sell. So when transportation is expensive, you want to go sorry transportation, but transportation sorry salary. It is only when a guy increase salary, you get this increase. If it doesn't increase salary, he doesn't know how much transportation is for you. So, but when you are selling small things, then when transport goes up, you know that you spend money on transport. Yeah, you put the transport too on what you are selling now. This is what you buy, you sell. You understand? Start small, stay consistent, and grow gradually. Stay consistent is key. Be consistent, be persistent. With determination, your side also can change your financial future. Success doesn't come overnight. It doesn't. Don't expect Greenfield with all the things we want to do that just close your eyes and wake up next morning. Greenfield will be perfect. And that's why I appreciate some of our leaders. I appreciate some of our leaders for that persistency, for that courage. The same thing we did in iStar Monetary. I told them earlier, this is not get rich quick something. Don't think you enter and say, hey, I must make. You have to grow with us. You have to build it. You have to do your part as the company is doing their part. That's the business we have. I know Nigerians, we are just looking for something we can do quick and make money quick. But see, quick, and people who are persistent and grow things are people who are millionaires and they are smiling today. Look at Dangote. He will do one, he will work towards, he work hard, struggle. Even after the refinery was ready, people were still yabbing him. He didn't send you. Nigeria didn't want to send him crude oil. Now crude oil is coming from Germany. It's coming from Netherlands. And the guy is producing in large quantity because machinery is on ground. That's why I told you. The best time to join Greenfield is now. Because once machinery comes on ground, production starts fully. We don't even care who you are. Except those who are strong around us, who are here to build with us, who are here to make it a great thing. And what I'm teaching you is the same thing you should do in your own personal life, in your own personal business. What will help you to grow and become somebody will grow your business. Persistency, consistency. Don't think what I'm doing, think of cash out. If you see your business like that, that business will not be there to support you when things are rough. Invest in yourself too. Your financial future is in your hand. Thank you, and God bless you. Anyone want to ask a question, please go ahead and ask. Let me stop this recording.